sweet sister goddess, and welcome to this week's Twin Flame Tuesday. If you are new to my channel, my name is Rochelle Richard, and here at Empowerment Experiences, it is the mission to look for and find our power in every moment all along this, which is our self-love empowerment journey. And for those of us on a twin flame journey, we have very much come to recognize that a healing twin flames journey is a self-love empowerment journey. It is about you coming back home to your true self. And right now, does it feel like worlds are shattering, doesn't it? That has very much been the collective. Things have been coming through me, messages from our masculines, in addition to what's happening within ourselves, what very much is happening within the collective. The old is falling away, and it must, in order for new to be built in its place. The old systems, the matrix, all of it. The finally awakening to recognize that humanity isn't actually free, it's an illusion. And we are here to break ourselves free from that illusion. But here's the thing, anything that is keeping us in chains and keeping us weighed down and trapped in the old way is gonna hold on for dear life and do everything it can to drag you down. And you've got to be the one to release that. And that is exactly what is happening right now in the collective. It's definitely been happening in myself the past couple weeks. I'm finally in a much lighter, having been doing that work and holding that space for myself, putting my own advice into practice, but really recognizing that our divine masculines are really going through some really challenging times for themselves. And this is why they will pull away. Don't chase them, guys. The reason that you are feeling the pain for yourself is because those are wounds within you that you're being shown to heal. Old facets of yourself that are out of alignment with the new reality that you are creating. And especially for this Twin Flame Tuesday, it is so important that you recognize for yourself that any story that you are telling, any bit of your reality that you continue to talk about that is not the way you would like it to be, well, by giving it that energy, by feeding it the way you are, you continue to perpetuate it to be. It's time to really crack down on yourself in that regard and zip it. Don't you know the adage, if you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say anything at all. And this very much goes for your own thoughts, your own words that you speak about you, your experience, your counterpart, your twin flame journey, your job, any of it. Anything that you speak that contradicts the reality that you desire to be experiencing, stop. Recently, what came up was watering the weeds. Stop watering the weeds, because you are then the one that is creating the thorns that you're stepping in. Ooh, that was good. So, where we are right now is big time surrendering. That letting go, as was mentioned in Super Sign Sunday, the letting go of trying to control what you cannot control. To stop focusing on the things that don't excite you, the things that actually weigh you down. Goddess, whatever stories your mind is telling you that you don't get to be with him, that he's never coming back, that you're never going to get to live the life that you desire, anything that contradicts feeling good, stop feeding it. Even if it means that you simply sit in silence, you sit in a meditative state where you are just zoned out, staring at the wall, but not thinking anything. To cease that momentum that has you rejecting, repelling your counterpart. You've got to feel that love, that passion, that excitement, that joy within you in order to draw him back to you, because that is what is in alignment. Feeling discouraged, depressed, devastated, and continuing to focus on the aspects of your experience that feed that are the very things that keep you separate, that keep you disconnected from feeling your divine counterpart within yourself. In that moment, I'm like, there wasn't much to say, because it is about being intentional. It is about being intentional about what you speak, what you think, what you feel. It's okay, Goddess, to have the breakdown. The key is to own that breakthrough. So you break down all the things that are no longer serving you. And then you're sitting in this rubble and you aren't quite sure what to do. Well, I'm going to tell you. Your power lies in you deciding to focus on what excites you. What is going to get you up out of that rubble? What is going to get you building something better for yourself? What is going to get you to a space of alignment with the vision that you desire? How can you be more purposeful, more intentional in your day-to-day, when you are washing dishes, when one of the things I do enjoy doing is pulling weeds, especially right after it rains. I live in the desert and the ground gets pretty hard. And when it rains, it's really somewhat addictive to be out there pulling all of these weeds after it's rained out here, because they come up so easy, and that's the path of least resistance. And that's what you are really being asked right now, is to, one, hold the space for yourself as things are crumbling. Let it crumble. When it's not aligned with your true self, let it fall away. Because something better is growing in its place. You have to clear the weeds in order for that growth to happen. In order for that clarity, for you to really truly cultivate and nurture the things that you do want growing in your garden. Being intentional about what is growing. What seeds are you planting, Goddess? This is why affirmations are so powerful. Because those are all seeds that you are planting purposely, intentionally in your garden, to be growing in place of those weeds that you are continually, because we know weeds, right? They constantly be coming back. There's more, there's more, there's more. Well, pull them, clear them, and plant what you want growing, Goddess. So right now, again, as you are sitting in this perceived rubble in your own space, as your counterpart is off exploring his own dark spaces, what can you do to raise the vibration, not just within yourself, but in the connection, to assist him from crawling out of his own abyss, just as you have been? You are that beacon. There was this perfect, stunning, wonderful voice clip that just came through me in the Goddess Tribe this morning, talking about you are that lighthouse. And as your counterpart, you may have an open line of communication, because I know there are a lot of us who do. We have an open line of communication. Our counterparts, they're reading our messages, they're receiving them, but they say nothing. And this is because they don't have the energy. Imagine for yourself, Goddess, on the days when you want to. Oh, you want to, but you just don't have it in you. You just don't have it in you. And right now, he just doesn't have it in him. He's working so hard to distract himself. Because though he may be awakened to the connection, the actual healing journey itself, the processes, he's not yet so much. And so what do we do when we are facing something unknown? We hide from it, we run from it, we distract ourselves from it. And that's exactly what your counterpart is doing and has been doing. He'll read your messages, but this is the key. As he is in that abyss in his world, going through his own shadows, his own dark night of the soul. Because we do have countless dark nights of the soul. You better believe it. Anytime a massive aspect, ego, false self, needs to be shed, that's an ego death, which will trigger a dark night of the soul. So as he is in this pitch black abyss in his world, those messages here and there that you send him, that's like shining a flashlight into the darkness for him. It's like flashing that light, saying, it's okay, keep going. It's all right, I'm here for you, my love, I'm here. Yeah. That is the bat signal that I so often refer to. You are giving him hope, even though it feels like he is completely avoiding you. It's not about you, Goddess. Or rather, the aspect that is about you is that you are his light in that darkness that he is in right now. Stop expecting something from someone who has nothing to give you, that he doesn't even have to give himself. This is why it is about you focusing on you. Really practicing being intentional about you, your state of being, your thoughts, your experience, because you do not have control over him. You can impact and influence your connection by going within and working on these things, starting to get excited. You know, there are a whole lot of little things for me that excite me. One of them is going and getting I have 3 different coffee shops I like to go to. 2 of them I go to most frequently, and I have my favorite drinks, 1 at each place. Like I know, like I go for a Sozo, I go for a Jared's, and I do that on purpose so that I associate, that's my drink there. I've wanted to branch out, especially at Sozo Coffee House. I give them a quick shout out in Chandler, Arizona. Family-owned establishment. They're the only kind of establishments that I frequent are family-owned, all for supporting the small business, the little guy. And I was looking at branching out and trying something new, but I'm just it just excites me to have my favorite drink, my London Fog, Rochellified, because I do have some things that I have done to it. Whatever it is, Goddess, that you've got to do, because that's where I was when I was in that space a couple weeks ago, not even a week and a half ago, it seems. When I was in that space, it's allowing yourself to say, okay, baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. Ooh, that's taking me back to when I overcame severe anxiety, so severe that I couldn't leave my house. And that was one of the intuitively guided paths, one of the intuitively guided practices that empowered me to bit by bit by bit by bit crawl out of that abyss. And that was baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. Only the ego is the one that wants to jump from A to Z. But you have to go B to Y to get to Z. You have to heal all of this in between. You can't just go by. You have to go through all of this healing. This is the journey, and technically Z isn't the end. If you, what's I'm seeing right now is on a spreadsheet, especially Excel. If you work in Excel, I love Excel. Where once you reach the end of your columns, it's a Z, but then it starts again with double A, double B, double C, double D's, and double E's, and it continues on that way. And that's so it's a never-ending journey that we are on. You don't ever actually get it done. But that's the thing, is the ego is the one that's obsessed with getting somewhere. The ego is the one that says, oh my God, my world is falling apart and I don't know if it's gonna work out and I don't know if we're ever gonna be together. And that's where he is. He's in that space where the whole world is falling apart, and it's very much been the theme that for a lot of us, we just don't want to be here anymore. It doesn't mean, as was mentioned from a divine masculine, it does not mean that any of us want to actually do anything, but we're tired of this, of the matrix living. We're tired of the third dimensional space. Because why? We were not made to fit into it. It is the antithesis to empowerment, to love. It really is. The third dimension is not a love dimension. And this is why we are evolving, we are ascending into the fifth dimension. This is why we are all here. But that love for that fifth dimension, it comes from within us. Because, dear Goddess, you're not just a lighthouse for your divine counterpart. You are a lighthouse for people in your life that you probably most likely don't even realize that you are. And by you leading by example, and you anchoring into your power, you learning to recognize that, oh, this excites me, I'm going to focus on that. That's upsetting to me, so I'm not going to focus on that. I can't do anything about it. So why am I going to feed my energy? Again, being intentional about what you are creating here. That is this higher state of consciousness. That is what this fifth dimension is about. Being intentional. Being anchored in and grounded into yourself. Being in balance. Being in balance within yourself. The divine feminine and divine masculine energies within yourself are in balance. That you're tuned in enough to know when enough is enough. Something that kind of comes to mind is a lot of us growing up, we were told we had to clean our plates. Even though you would be full, you had to clean your plate. Well, this created a lot of overeating behavior. Instead of tuning in and being able to honor that, oof, I'm full, time to stop. It's no, keep stuffing. Focus only on the taste buds, focus only on the action, not actually connecting with that body. So overindulging. And the same happens when you overthink. When you over-focus, when you hyper-focus on something that isn't serving you. When you're so worried about what your counterpart is doing right now because he's not talking to you. Oh my God, then what is he doing? What is he doing? What is he doing? I don't know what he's doing. What is he doing? He's just not talking to me. And oh my God, what is he doing? Oh my God. Breathe. Again, I assure you, you can never be separated from your counterpart. He could never forget you. He's just neck deep in his own shit. Okay? And during this time of strengthening, it is about you strengthening your focus, you strengthening you within yourself, anchoring even deeper into your own power to have power over yourself. It does get easier to pivot, to regain your traction, to rebalance, recalibrate. It may take a moment. I feel like it's taken me definitely a moment. However, wow, coming out on the other side of this, that breakthrough, going, wait a minute, I am the catalyst. Surrender to the breakdown. But when you start to recognize that heavy energy has been released to a point that you can feel the lightness within you, that is when you pivot. That is when you say, okay, that has been released. What can I do for myself in this moment that's going to allow for me to feel good? Like one of the things right now, because I love my new nails. Finally, my nails are healthy again. I had a gal doing them. Oh my gosh, oh my poor babies. And I actually have naturally long, healthy nails. And I have longed forever to have a French style manicure. And I finally got that done. And this is something that excites me right now, is I could sit and just look at my nails and go, oh my goodness, I love my nails so much, and I feel good. That's the point here, Goddess, is anything, no matter how perceivably finite it may be, if it is something that inspires you to feel better, focus on it. Because that is going to be better than anything that you're focusing on that feels like shit. Isn't it? And this includes focusing on your counterpart. Oof, hello, toss that card. Oh, like focusing on the reality that you desire to be experiencing with your counterpart. Stop feeding the it is what it is bullshit. Because that's what it is, BS, bullshit, a belief system. It is what it is. Yes, it is. So stop feeding it and let it go. Just let what is be, and what are you creating for your new reality? We didn't come here to continue to perpetuate and relive the past. We have come here as creators to create this new earth rising, to bring forth such an abundance of love unlike any this world has ever known. But that love, again, I reiterate, has to begin within, has to begin with you. Allowing yourself to feel good, to feel loved, to feel excited, to silence the voices that tell you that you can't, because they're lying to you. Even again, if right now there are things that you would like to do, but your mind is telling you that you can't because, well, the example I so quickly reference is technically I am not allowed to just jump on a plane with my Indian visitor visa and fly to India and be with my twin flame love. This is one of the huge things of why he feels so defeated and so discouraged, is he really truly feels trapped where he is. And it's become amplified right now. Because again, technically, I cannot just get on a plane right this moment and fly to him and be allowed in the country. So I can choose to focus on that and go, oh my gosh, it's never gonna end, it's over, it's never gonna change. Well, guess what? In the realm of possibility, all things are possible. And that which we are going through right now, we are growing through, and it is temporary. It is for our growth. It is for this journey of evolution that we are all on together, that we really don't have a fucking clue what we are doing here, except that we, each and every one of us, are here to reunite with our true selves, to come back home. Oh, I'm hitting the microphone, sorry. To come back home to that union within with your true self that is buried beneath all the layers of the false self. And the false self is the one that's going to tell you that you can't be, do, and have what your true self is getting excited about, desires, longs for, wishes. Don't listen to that part of you. She's lying to you. She's just angry. She's angry for all the times that you said no when you wanted to say yes, or when you said yes and you wanted to say no. There is so much anger that is being purged right now. Anger is a mask for grief. And when we don't recognize that it's simply us needing to grieve, to allow ourselves to see that which we are grieving and allow it to be okay to grieve, we put up these barriers of protection. Even my counterpart once said, a long while ago, he's like, I love my anger. It helps me. It's a part of me. And I'm like, okay. As his life was not what he wanted it to be, and still isn't. Far from it. Because he masks his grief with his anger. Dear Goddess, this is that feminine energy. Anger is resistant. Anger is very much masculine energy. But grieving is a flow. That is feminine energy. When you release the resistance of allowing yourself to feel what is actually beneath that anger, then that is the very thing that opens the floodgates and allows for these things that have been stuck, been trapped, been holding you back, holding you down, keeping you apart from what you desire, apart from yourself, apart from your counterpart. When you release that anger through the grieving process, this is why I encourage so much the fugly shower cry. Where you are in the shower, you release it, you scream, you shout, you let that anger out, and next thing you know, you're going to end up in a heap at the bottom of your shower. Mine's a shower tub combo. Most people I know have that. The bottom of your shower, sobbing, shaking, and this is something that is certain, that your body shakes in order to release the trauma, to release these energies that have been trapped, that have latched on. And your body has to move and shake and release this. This is the other reason why dancing is so powerful, is to just move the stagnant energies. Okay? So assist your counterpart right now, Goddess, by you focusing on you, paying attention again to the stories that you're telling that contradict what you would like to be experiencing with him. But you got to stop watering the weeds and then purposely, intentionally be cultivating and nurturing the seeds that you desire, of the plants that you desire to be sprouted in your garden. All right. And well, looky there. And see? There is so often I get to hear at least a couple times a week where in the group, the goddesses are just so grateful to have a space where they can very much recognize they are not alone. And my Goddess Tribe on Telegram is a free group. It is goddesses supporting goddesses on Telegram. I will leave that app, or leave the link down below. It's the Rise and Thrive Tribe, because right now, Goddess, you are not supposed to be doing it alone. But the key is to allow yourself to receive that. That is very much what Super Science Sunday amplified, is allowing yourself to receive. You want to ask for something, you seek and you find it, but then you have to ask and then allow yourself to receive it. This is, again, you getting out of your own way of telling yourself you can't have something, that you're all alone in this, that nobody understands, that you don't know what to do. The solutions, the answers are within you and are ready to be revealed to you when you allow yourself to receive them. And this very much includes if they are coming through other goddesses that are also on this journey with you. Wow, is that what we have for the Lightworker cards? Okay, that would be why there was just nothing that was hitting me. So let's see. Ah, the Sacred Forest Oracle cards here. Yummy. My newest. Wow, okay, that would be why. Holy moly, here we got quite a few. And boom. This is why. Transmutation. This is why, again, things have to shatter and crumble and become ashes. Because the phoenix rises from the ashes. And you, dear goddess, along with your counterpart, those old, again, that old false self must fall away. It must crumble. Because it's not who you are. It's not who your counterpart is. So for right now, there is refuge being sought, especially by your counterpart. He is taking this time away from you to find his own way, back home to himself. And as I've said, you have the open lines of communication. Do not sabotage that open line of communication by getting obsessive and incessant with, what are you doing? Where are you? Why aren't you replying to me? What? And then even projecting onto him the bullshit in your own mind, saying, you don't love me anymore. You're just ignoring me. No, God. Allow for this. Allow for this right now. Because you yourself have plenty of work to be doing within yourself. So here we have, holy moly mackerel, 5 more cards here. Miracles. Miracles happen every day. Miracles are on the way. Miracles are in abundance when you allow them to be. And this inspires me to share with you yet again one of my favorite mantras. I know magic and miracles can happen in a single moment. Can happen and cause my life to shift and change in a single moment. I know magic and miracles. You can even say, I know miracles can happen and cause my life to shift and change in a single moment. However you want to phrase that, goddess, however it feels empowering for you. Because magic, miracles, for me, they're very, very much the same. They hang out together. Miracles can very much be perceived as magic. And right now, this is exactly what is happening. This is the purpose for this transmutation. Transmuting this anger, transmuting that grief, because it's all about healing. That is what this journey is, goddess, this self-love empowerment journey, this twin flame journey. It is a healing twin flames journey, because you are healing all these wounds within yourself in the midst of an activation. Again, the things that do not align must fall away so that you have a clear path to what you desire. I mean, yes, there are going to be challenges that arise, but every bit of that is simply making you stronger for that which you've asked for. Oh, wow. Passage. This moment, I see the card from the Lightworker deck that made itself known a week before I was leaving for my trip to India, now 2.5 years ago. And it was the card, the initiation. You are going somewhere sacred. And when I opened the book, because I was about to yet again cancel my entire trip, going, I've lost my ever-loving mind. I cannot do this. I'm flying around the world for a guy. And I've never even been off the North American continent. But this card, this one card the universe had for me, my higher self had for me. The very first sentence in this book said, there is a temple in India. And you want to talk about a miracle, that can be considered a miracle. Because it's made sure in that moment that I did not cancel that trip. And I went to India to be with my twin flame love. And you want to talk about joy. You see, Goddess, this, how perfect. We begin it with passion and we end it with joy. It's all focusing on you, focusing on what excites you. Realizing that when you focus on memories with your loved one, your beloved, are you focusing on the things that you regret, the things you wish you could take back, or are you reliving the things that feel good so that you can relive feeling good? So you can feel that joy. So you can say, that I want to experience it again. I want to have that feeling again. Yep, this feels good. I'm going to stay right here. This excites me. The knowing that, oh my gosh, I did that, and that is so exciting, and I'm excited to do it again. To be in that energy of excitement and joy. Because that energy is what aligns you, what opens you up to even more miracles. Oh, dear Goddess, I assure you, everything that you are going through, you are growing through. Everything your divine counterpart is going through, he's growing through too. So, oh my goodness. 555 and 33, and the reason why I said oh my goodness is that 555, I've actually been getting that in a couple places this morning. And yesterday after Super Sign Sunday, I was actually seeing the 444 that just kind of appeared during the session. It wasn't one of the cards pulled for the angel numbers, but it made itself known during the session. I started seeing that everywhere. Like, for instance, in one of my Word documents, it shows the number, the word count at the bottom. And as I was printing it, I just happened to catch it out of the corner of my eye, and it was 1,444. And there's all sorts of little things on that. So it's so beautifully divine, Goddess, when you allow yourself to be guided, when you allow yourself to really see the miracles that are already unfolding around you. That is the very thing that opens you up to more miracles. It's the exact same premise as blessings. Whenever you focus on blessings, more blessings abound. Whenever you focus on good feeling experiences with your divine counterpart, more good feeling experiences are on the way. But you are that point of attraction, Goddess. You are the catalyst, and that is exactly why today for Twin Flame Tuesday, why the message is for you to be focusing on what you are creating, on this reality that you desire to be experiencing. Let's have a look-see. At 555, I already know, is the intentional manifestation number. Intention, envisioning the new reality. Possibilities are endless. Okay, right now, this is where you're being asked to pivot your focus, because otherwise you are giving your power away to that which you cannot change. You cannot change what your counterpart is doing right now. He has his own healing. Just as he couldn't heal you, you cannot heal him. You must heal yourselves. All right, so let's see here, angel numbers. Number 555, that's what I'm talking about first. So let's have a look-see. Changes are coming, which we're already very well aware with the transmutation card on here today. Taking that refuge, because we take that refuge to kind of like, again, a caterpillar going into a cocoon. Taking that refuge to come out a new version of yourself, a more enlightened, a more empowered, a more confident, more sure, more loving version of yourself. That true version of you, a more true version of you. Embrace and allow the changes, and this is the thing, is surrendering. All right? Really anchoring into this present moment and knowing that you choose how you respond. Let go of what no longer serves you. Holy moly, 555 is so spot on. You are creating your reality. Personal freedom, non-attachment, and individualism. Intentional manifestation. You have the power to shift your thoughts. Again, focusing on what excites you, not what depresses you. That is where your greatest power lies, goddess. And then we have angel number 33. All things are possible in the realm of possibility. Oh, I love this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That is so incredible. And it's what else can I say to that? Ascended masters are all around you. Ask to receive their support and guidance, and they will. You see, the thing with our guides, our archangels, the ascended masters, is they cannot intervene without our request, without our permission. So often we have spent our lives saying that I just got to do it myself, nobody supports me, and so we never ask for help because we've been taught that we're a burden, right? We're a bother. Well, guess what, sister? It's time to reframe that shit, because you ain't no burden, you ain't no bother, and anybody in your life who wants to tell you that, they don't deserve to be in your life, because you sure shit are not a burden or a bother to the universe. You exist because the universe wanted you to exist, wants you to exist. Angel number 33 gives courage to live your life with enthusiasm and optimism. We've got this. What excites you? You are blessed, loved, and supported in all you do. Live your life. Oof. And we do have twin flame connection strengthened. Purest, truest, and most unconditional love. And that means that the connection within yourself is strengthening, goddess, because as you, again, becoming home to union within yourself, that is the very thing that aligns you for union with your twin. Receive only with an open heart, mind, and soul. And that's the thing, is to allow yourself to receive the miracles. Okay? Wow. This was so exciting. I love doing these so much. This is our Twin Flame Tuesday. See, and right there, just again, focusing on what feels good. This feels good. Goddess, this feels good. So what feels good in your life? What excites you? How can you practice the pivot of shifting into a better feeling state of being? Well, by focusing on things that inspire better feelings. So, there we have it for this week's Twin Flame Tuesday. Again, come join the free Goddess Tribe on Telegram. It's the Rise and Thrive Tribe. I also have a Telegram channel at Healing Twin Flames where 95% of all of my content is getting published there, getting posted there. I'm now getting into that new habit because it takes a moment to create a new habit. And so you can definitely have access to, again, all of my content. There are some things coming as always, but isn't there always? Like I've just said, there are always new things coming. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and it very much helps if you have like your own little comment signature. You want to leave a couple emojis down below. Especially let me know if, you know, what in this message resonated with you. Yeah, I always love to hear that. And anything that you would like me to discuss moving forward. This said, Goddess, thank you so much for joining me on this journey. And I will see you in the next one. Again, here to remind you that the power to create this reality, to create whatever change that you want in your life, that power is in your hands. Because it has always been inside you. Namaste.